The father filled his son's backpack with stones and then walked him to school, holding onto a rope. One day, he ran into a neighbor. He quickly hugged his son and hid behind a car, only letting out a sigh of relief after they had passed. Then he picked up a brick and put it into the backpack. The man had once had a happy family, and every morning he would play with his son. One day, he blew on a dandelion to make his son laugh, but a gentle breeze carried the boy up into the air. The father was both surprised and proud. Just then, he heard the neighbor leaving the house, so he quickly brought his son back down and greeted the neighbor. But his son suddenly flew excitedly toward the neighbor, who was so frightened that she ran away. A mother and daughter across the street also gave them strange looks. The father hurriedly took his son home, but he could still see the neighbors talking through the window. At that moment, a worry crept into the father's heart. He was afraid that his son would be rejected by others. But when he saw his son's smiling face, he forced a smile. Then another breeze came, and his son floated into the air again. But this time the father's smile froze, so he kept his son inside the house all day. But as time went on, the boy had to go to school. To suppress his son's superpowers, he dressed him in a coat no matter the weather, filled his backpack with dozens of pounds of stones, and held onto a rope to keep him from wandering off. Despite all this, the boy still floated up. The father had no choice but to hold him in his arms. But the boy was drawn to the amusement park, staring excitedly at it from outside the fence while the father stood there, lost in thought. He wished so much that his son could live a carefree life like everyone else. As he was about to leave, he realized his son was gone. He looked around and saw that the boy had drifted into the park. He tried to take his son away, but the boy didn't want to leave. He flew up to the basketball hoop, ready to dunk, but his father pulled him down and tried to take him home. The boy struggled fiercely for the first time, protesting against his father. In the end, it was the father's angry roar that made them both freeze. The father let go of his son, and the boy stopped struggling. He stood there, putting on his hat. When the father picked him up, he hesitated. Looking at his son's tear-stained face, he made a decision to accept his son's uniqueness. Then he carried his son to the swing, took off his coat, and started swinging with him. The boy opened his eyes and saw that his father was playing with him. He smiled again. This time, the father pushed him up to the sky that belonged to him. The boy was finally able to soar in his own world.